Welcome back to my channel. So I'm coming here live to you guys to tell a story, right? I'm guessing this is my first time doing a story time. I've always been on YouTube where I see people doing like these story time videos, right? And they're always interesting to watch. So I'm a bit nervous because I haven't done one before on here. I do love telling stories, but I'm just scared that it's not gonna be in the right order. It's gonna be all over the place. But we're gonna try and do it, guys. We're gonna try and do it for the first time ever, right? So as you can see from the title, I put God truly sends angels to help, right? And the reason why I titled it that is because we live in a society where people say that no one's coming to save you, you've got to save yourself. And they just make it seem like you're alone in this big wide world, but we're really not. God's always there. He doesn't leave us, he sends us help, right? And I'm hoping that this story that I do tell you guys will help somebody, comfort somebody in this, whatever situation they're going through. It's not a made up story, it's a real story. And looking back at that story now, I'm going to tell you what I thought at the time, and then I'm gonna relay back what I believe about that story now today, now that I've come to Christ, right? So it's gonna be like two. But anyway, guys, let's just get on with the story and then we'll go into the analyzation afterwards, right? So first of all, right, so let's rewind back to 2019. So it was 2019 in April, and this was around Easter time, right? So I was in a different phase of my life. I was very worldly. Um, I loved holidays at that time. I loved traveling, going abroad. It was exciting to me. It was the only way I could escape my reality, right? So I always lived to escape, that once in a lifetime opportunity. Once a year I'd go on holiday, right? So I booked a trip to Barcelona, right? The reason why I paused is because I'm just thinking about the amount of stress it took to get time off from work. My workplace used to give me hell. I got made redundant from that job, but they used to give me hell to get time off from work, right? So my friend, right, immigrated to Barcelona, right? And my dream was to always go to Barcelona, but he always flies to the UK to see me, right? And I've never flown to him. So because I saw he was in Barcelona, I was like, wait, Barcelona, I need to go. I need to visit him, right? And it was the first time I flew solo to a strange country that I didn't know. I was so scared, right? So let's rewind, right? So we're now in April 2019 and it's Easter time and I'm heading to the airport, right? So I'm going through you're checking your bags part, right? And there was a lady that was standing next to me, or she was behind me. I can't remember, right, guys, because this is so long ago, right? So um I remember that it was like the airline, you had to you could wear your bags or something like that. You put it inside this thing to wear your bags or something like that. Or either that or it was like an online check-in or something, and then you go to the desk. So this lady was having problems behind me, right? And because I'm really friendly, like I like to talk to people, I stopped and I helped her, right? This is a hard, guys. So she was all over the place, right? And oh, let me read your comment. It's amazing you got to experience Spain before COVID-19 here. Yeah, that's true. That's so true. Yeah, because after COVID, I feel like holidays are not the same. So I actually went to Spain twice. So um I went to Spain when I was like 9 years old. That was my first ever holiday. And then I went to Barcelona in my adulthood. Everything closed. Yeah, everything closed in COVID. Everything did. Yeah. Now you're putting into perspective, everything was just it was um all over the place. It was chaotic, unfortunately. So the lady was having difficulties, right? So because I'm friendly, I spoke to her, and this is so difficult for me. So she was all over the place, like her mind wasn't there, and she said that she's flying out to bury her father. And I just thought, oh my goodness, like I was like, I'm so sorry, like I was like, "Are you here alone?" And she was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Her son's at home." And I was helping her like how to, weigh the suitcase or whatever it was that we had to do at the airport, right? And my heart just sunk. Like I just wanted to be there for her. Like, sorry, that's just how I'm actually. Like, I just couldn't imagine how she's feeling. Like, you could see that her mind was gone. Like, I don't know if anyone's experienced that. Like, grief is bad enough, but traveling, right? Going to another country alone, like no support, it's tough, right? So I helped her with that, and then when I checked in before her at the desk, and then when I stayed there, I waited for her, and then she got to the desk, and the people weren't helpful, as always. They wasn't helpful, right? And I said to them, like, be patient with her because she's got bad news, right? And then they were just telling her to put the bag on the belt, but they never told her where to put it, right? So I had to tell her how to do it because they didn't even do their job, which is really bad. Time stops when loved ones pass. That is so true. That's literally made my heart sink. Like, time really does stop. Everything just seems slower. Wow. No words. I just, yeah, silence sometimes is necessary in moments like this because it's very true. That hits close to home. Wow. Okay, continue. So I lost her, so she carried on. Like I told her where she needed to go, but I kept thinking about her. I thought, I hope she's all right. And then I went up the escalators and I found her again. And I spoke to her and I had to help her again. But anyway, me and her, we stayed with each other, and like I stayed with her and she stayed with me. And then she was like, "Do you want a drink?" Hence the picture on the thumbnail, right? And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, of course." Like I just thought, yeah, I used to drink back then, so yeah, I was up for it. So we went to, like, when you go to the airport and they've got like different restaurants, right? So we went to Weatherspoons, which is like a pub in the UK, right? And she ordered us both a wine drink. Wow, this gives me what's the word? I can't pronounce it, the N word, like nostalgia. I can't say the word. You know what I mean? Because now I'm smiling because it just triggered another memory in my brain. So she chose a wine, and because I wasn't a wine person, so I was always new to trying different drinks, right? And then I tried the same wine as her, and it was delicious. The wine that's on the thumbnail, so I tried it, and it's Barefoot Rosé, and that became my favorite wine ever since. Yeah. So anytime I wanted to order a wine, I would, yeah, that's the word. Anytime, anytime I would order, when I get nervous, I can't pronounce words. It's so embarrassing. Um, Anytime I order a drink anywhere, if I want to get a wine, I always go for Barefoot Rosé. So we both drank that wine, and it was so nice. Even though we were like sharing like a nice moment, she wasn't like thinking right. Her head was all over the place, which is normal. So what I did was, when you go to like I forgot the word. When you go through security right at the airport, and then you go to the part where you're waiting to board your plane, right? I helped her find hers, to take that pressure off her. And then I walked her to hers, and she told me that I can go to mine. And I was like, no, 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 I'll walk you to yours. I'll wait until you get onto your plane. So I waited until she boarded her plane and got on there. And then I went to my check-in, my there's a word for it, guys. I can't remember. Waiting area, whatever you call it. Um, and back then, in that moment, okay, we exchanged numbers and we stayed in contact, but like after a while, it fizzled out because, you know, why would she want to be in contact with someone that's going to constantly remind her of that moment? Do you know what I mean? Like, even though, people are there for you, sometimes it's not nice keeping that memory. Yeah, lobby, but we haven't, yeah, actually, yeah, it's lobby, sorry. Um, yeah, so lost contact with her, but I always remember that moment, that memory. And back then, right? Yeah, you used the right words, very kind, because I consider myself a kind person, right? I felt like that was like the most decent thing to do, like to be there for somebody. It's such a difficult time, especially the fact that they didn't have their son there with them. Their son was at home. So to be that support for her the best way I could, um, even though I couldn't be on the plane with her because we was going to do two separate countries, right? Um, two, well, it's classed as Spain, isn't it, Barcelona, but we're going to two different parts, right? Um, I just wanted to take that pressure off her and take care of her. So back then I just thought that I was just being me. I was just doing what everyone else should be doing and just be there for someone. Now, looking back from the person I am today, I realized that God used me. So I believe that God put me in that position, you know, in that place to support that lady because that lady probably really needed someone there in that moment of time, someone to take the pressure off, someone to help her through check-in, somebody to guide her. And I believe that God used me as an angel in that moment. So I was thinking, oh, I'm just being this nice person. But God knows who to send. You know, people think of angels as like, spiritual. But sometimes God will send an angel, just like Exodus, where God sent Moses to save the children of Israel. So sometimes we can get used by God. And obviously, even people that probably don't believe in God still get used by Him for the greatest good, and so powerful. My heart just, I can't explain, like telling this story now with the knowledge, the information that I've gathered now, it just, my heart just, wow, I can't explain it. It's like I could literally just cry right now, but obviously I'm not gonna cry. But um yeah, that's the words. Very nice, comforting, compassionate. Yes, he knew that me as a person, God knows us, and He knows the people that have good traits, because even the people that don't believe in Him still can have good traits, and He knows which traits He wants to use from that person to show that He exists. God has to work through us to show that He is real, right? To show that there's good on the earth. So He used me to in place of to be with that woman to help her, to guide her, to give her strength, you know, to take the pressure off her in that airport, because nobody else was supporting her or anything like that. Even the people that work in the jobs, they wasn't even doing their job correctly. And I was so disappointed with them, like when I saw it. So I took over their job by telling her where to place her bag, and and wow, he really does send people to help you. And even when you think you're going to be alone in this big wide world, that's why I put that status on the community section on YouTube. When you think you're going to be alone, right, he sends people, and I have so many experiences of this. um God is mercy and comforting. Yes, amen. She appreciated you. I hope so. God sees you do that. Oh, thank you so much. um I remember when I solo, I'm going to tell short stories, right? I'm not going to go into any detail on these stories. These stories are going to be related to this topic. So I remember when I went solo traveling, and my dream was to go on a girls' holiday, and I had no female friends to go on holiday with. And literally got off the coach, right? And then two females from the hotel that I was staying at, they greeted me and they became my friends. They became the girls for the girls' holiday, right? And long stories. You want long stories? I might have to do another time actually. I might have to do another one. Um, there was another story where this guy, I would have to tell this one separately, but this guy had a heart problem, right? He kept getting stress pains, and God put me in this position, right? In this position where as I was gonna leave the shop to go and pay for my shopping, the guy saw me and he called to me, right? And then we started talking, and I had to carry his basket because he was tired, right? But that me carrying his basket saved his life because he could have died. He got rushed into hospital. But even though I heard about it, I don't think, oh, that's me. Like, oh, wow, I saved his life. I don't think like that. I feel like it's God. That was God. God used me. And I didn't, I just question, like, I don't know if people are aware when God is using them or helping them to be an angel in someone's life, to change someone's life for the better, to bless that person's life. Like, I made notes on this, guys. Ask yourself this question: who rescued you? Who saved you? And who guided you? Right? Because society lies to us, it depends on the situation, because sometimes, like, not everyone's going to come, they say not everyone's going to save you, but sometimes you have to step out, right? You have to make that move for God to send the help, right? You're not going to get the help just sitting there in your home, but like, once you take that step, like if that lady didn't go to the airport, if she waited for someone to come with her to travel with her to Spain, she'd never go. But because she took that and she made an initiative to book the flight to go alone, God sends her an angel. And I don't want to consider myself an angel. I'm just saying, like, he would have used me as an angel in that sense. So angels rejoice in heaven when a chosen one is when a chosen one is saved. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And I just like I'm just blown away by the story because um to think that, God put someone there to comfort that lady, put me there, or it could be anybody, but I'm glad he chose me actually, because I'm able to share this story today. But isn't it beautiful when we meet people? We need to pay attention to the effect we're having on someone's lives. We could be blessing them. And what's beautiful is, up until this day, like, my favorite wine is her favorite wine as well. So she shared that with me. And that was beautiful. She paid as well. She paid for my drink. Like, yeah, she paid for my drink. She's like, do you wanna have a drink? And I was like, oh yeah, of course. So I joined her and she paid for my drink. And then when we finished our drinks, I asked her what's her gateway number, and I walked her to her, yeah, to the lobby. Yeah. So sad. God loves your big heart. Thank you so much. I feel like God has helped heal my heart. Um, can't really speak too much on it, but I feel like He has. I feel like it doesn't cost anything to be kind in this world. I just hope that my story can help people out there to be a bit more compassionate to others, to support each other, because there's people out there that we see every day and we don't know, they might have lost a loved one and they're trying so hard to carry on. They're trying so hard to just keep going in life, and they're struggling. They're really struggling. Life is hard when you lose a loved one. I met 10,000 people in 18 years of working by faith in Jesus. Beautiful. That's so beautiful. Wow. That's beautiful. I think I'm going to do more story time in the future. I'm going to try and do more. But I had to share that story because it's a special story to me, and to know that I could be that comfort to someone. And what's funny is, at the time I didn't know it was God. I didn't know. I just thought, yeah, I'm just helping someone. But now looking back, He used me for the greatest good. No, it's not easy. Life is very difficult. We don't like to accept that we're not going to see that person anymore. We won't have the conversations, we won't be able to share the memories with those people that we love. It's so hard. And I think one of the hardest things on earth is to appreciate the people whilst they're alive. Um, people are so precious to us, and we should show them that we do care. I don't want to cry in life, but we should show people that we care right now, because we don't know when they're gonna go. we should show love to everyone because everyone is precious to us, and God appreciates us more when we show love to others. And I can't speak, guys, but I just can't believe I'm crying on this live. Sorry. Um, I don't have anyone in my life. I said, but I am alone. That's so sad because God wouldn't want us to be alone. He created us all to be together. He wants us all to pull together. People shouldn't be fighting against each other, especially if we're all believers. We should all show love to one another and show that we care because God would want us to show love to others. And I just don't understand this world, how people put so much energy into tearing each other down when we should be showing love and compassion to one another. We need to, be building bricks each layer and climbing up together. We shouldn't be tearing other people down. We don't know what they're going through in life. But these tears, this is what that lady was like. She was crying at the airport. She was upset. And you'd see everybody around just all cold and they didn't care. But I felt it in my heart. I know how hard that must have been for her to book a ticket, knowing full well she's going to fly alone and to bury her father in another country. That must have been so, so hard. I just hope that anyone that's watching this video, can reflect on their behaviour and think about the effect that we do have on other people around us. And some people like to pretend they're tough, but we're really not tough human beings. We all have feelings. And we have to show each other love and kindness, guys. It's so important. But I'm going to leave this video here. I really did not want to be crying on live, but it's just so hard, and especially when you think about death, and we all know that, we're going to go one day and people around us are going to go one day. But why are we not appreciating each other now? It's so important. Just hug people around you. For anybody out there that's alone, I just pray that God sends people your way to be there for you and be that comfort. Because there are people that do care, that are loving people out there. The fact that I'm crying and I'm going to record another video but on Instagram, it's beyond me because I'm going to look so crazy. But I guess tears show that I am human and I do care. So yeah, you leave this video here now. I look like an emotional wreck. But use this moment to, just reflect. Who can we apologize to today? Who can we make peace with? Who can we tell that we love them? Because some people just need to hear those words, that I love you. That's all people need to hear. Love weakens the hard heart. It weakens it. If we show love to the worst people on earth, how the hell can they treat us bad when we're showing nothing but love and compassion? They're not getting the reaction that they crave. They're getting the total opposite. They're getting love. It feels strange to them. And sometimes we just got to stay true to ourselves instead of portraying ourselves as a person that everybody wants us to be. Because we're not that person. Only God knows us. So we've got to be the person that God sees us or knows us as, right? It's so important to get back into that character. We can't be entertaining the energies around us. We've got to be that angel for somebody, because there's somebody out there that probably needs our help. Once you get back into positive energy, your energy will start blessing other people. Obviously, God uses you to bless others, but you're not going to be able to bless others if you're hanging on to hurt and hatred, and you're matching energy. It's no point. It's a waste of time and a waste of energy. What are you learning from that? Life is about learning. Let's talk. Let's all talk to each other. Let's learn from each other. Let's learn how to serve God by talking to each other. But guys, I'm gonna leave this video here now. I cannot believe I cried my eyes out on this live. I'm gonna look back at this video and just cringe. I'm just gonna be like, oh no. um. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Thank you so much, Luke, for participating in this live. You know, your words made me cry. When I was reading it, you really set the mood and tone for the story. It's very important that you did that. It's so good because you literally, you softened my heart because my heart was, I had to be serious and tough to tell this story. But then when I started reading your words, it just hit me like a brick, and the tears just came. Yeah, so guys, if my outro is really bad, I do apologize, but I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much to whoever gave the like on the video. Thank you so much to anyone that watches this video after I posted it live. I look forward to reading your comments. Let me know if you had a similar experience, whether you was the angel or somebody was an angel to you. One last bit I forgot to add. When I was a student, guys, I I might have to tell this story separately, but I moved to a different city and I was alone. I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know how to do most stuff, and God sent me an angel, and it was in a form of a mail company, right? And he happened to be you know, studying on the same college as me, but he was studying to be a chef, so he knew how to cook. So it was hard for me to ask for help, but I went to him and he showed me how to cook. I used to be a party animal, and he stood by my side everywhere I went. He was by my side, and when it was time to go home, we were in a group, but they would all go their separate ways, and he stayed by my side. He'd walk home with me because that area was not safe, but he was my guardian angel. He did not left my side, so I was always protected. I had someone guarding me. God is so good. He is so good. He knows that I was alone and I had nobody. Because come on, guys, in this world, nobody watches your back. People don't protect you like that. So he was also an angel, and I really appreciated his support actually. I know that he was sent from God. I knew that at the time. I knew that. But yeah, wow. No words. No words. No palabras in Spanish. I want to start speaking other languages. I want to start doing videos in other languages as well, but that would be so fun. But um yeah, I'm speechless. God, I love you. I just gotta say a shout out to the Most High. I love him so much, and he's blessing my life and he's blessing other people's lives that are watching this video. Just stay close to him. Say a prayer tonight to him. Thank him for like guiding you towards the right people. Thank him as well for helping you to like hear stories like this, and you know just lean on him at times like this. You're never alone when you have God. You're never alone. So I'm going to leave this video here now, guys. That's enough of my story time. I'm going to have to do another story time video. I don't know. Let me know what kind of story time videos you might want to hear me talk about, actually. Leave it in the comments. And I'll speak to you all soon. I love you guys so, so much. And literally, like, hug your loved ones. And if they don't want to hug you, just tell them that you love them. Call them. Text them. Say, I love you so much, and include God in that message as well. Put a Bible verse in there. Tell them God loves them. Even if they don't believe in God, just tell them God loves them. See you guys. Take care and God bless.